Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Collector's Cut. As always, the Collector's Cut is a collection of reviews of those harder to find and harder to obtain whiskeys and bourbons out there. Um, you know, that's part of the fun. Is just chasing them. So with that, let's get into what we're into today. Today I've got Booker's Little Book collection, and this is Chapter 8, The Path Not Taken. This is the first little book that I have been able to purchase myself. I've got a couple different Booker's batches. And I feel like everybody's collection, if you're big into collecting or just like drinking whiskey, you've had or own Booker's in the past, whether that's one bottle or 10 of them. It's a pretty common staple from the Jim Beam family. So this little book is really interesting. This is actually the second time I've got into this bottle, so I'm very happy to be back into it today. Part of the reason I was really happy to get this one is the Little Book series is an experimental series for Bookers. So they try a bunch of different things, blending, all sorts of stuff. This one's very intriguing to me. I really enjoy ryes, and it's pretty cool. They put what went into here on the tag. They don't do percentages, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different blends going in here, with the oldest one being an 18-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey high-rye blend, and then the rest of them being all rye blends. So not 100% rye, but rye whiskey blends. So let's go ahead and get into the nose on this little book. Again, it's Chapter 8, Path Not Taken. Yeah, very rye forward. I mean, it's basically a blend of all ryes or very high rye whiskeys. Very rye forward, a little bit of spice in there, but not a little more subdued than you actually anticipate. And don't take that to mean it's not full of flavor on the scent side there. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of almost like a gingerbread, but actually that's all followed pretty heavily by like a fresh citrusy fruit, almost like a tangerine or orange, kind of like orchard fruits. Yeah, that smells really good. Big fan of that. So now we've gone over the nose, let's go ahead and give this thing a taste. Got to do one more for good measure. Yeah, there's no mistaking this is a rye. Long finish. I mean, it goes down pretty easy. There's definitely heat on it. I think this is like 59. Yeah, so 118.2 proof, so 59.1% alcohol. So it definitely brings the heat, but it's not. I mean, this really depends on if you're a rye person, because this is very rye heavy. Still getting some of those bright notes that you would get from like a citrus, citrus fruits, kind of a little in your face, a little zip to it. Don't get me wrong, there's still some bourbon notes in there. Getting a little bit of vanilla. Not so much any caramel, but maybe more like a darker molasses kind of sweetness to it. It's not overly sweet at all. It's very rye forward in a very good way. If you like rye, you'll love this. And I do. This is really good. So if I'm going to go ahead and rank this, remember on the Collector's Cut, I use the Rarity ROI scale. So the return on investment for what you spent hunting down and paying for these bottles. I believe MSRP on Little Book, I didn't mention that earlier, is around 150-ish. This is a 2024 release, and so who knows? It may go up in 2025. But I think I paid $159 for this, so $160. Would I pay this again? Absolutely. This is probably for me. Like I said, if you're not a rye person, this might land in like a 3 out of 5. You might, if you came across it, I might still purchase it just to have on the shelf to impress your friends who are rye drinkers. But if you are a rye person, for me, this is a 5 out of 5, which is as close to liquid perfection as you're going to get on the Rarity ROI scale. I don't believe there's anything that fits into perfect category, but like I said, it's as close as you're going to get. So, with all that said, if you like rye and you see this little book, Chapter 8, still on the shelves, definitely pick it up. It's worth it, guys. Cheers.